Hey guys, it's Al here. Thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for all the views, the likes, the subscribes over the past couple of weeks. It's been great. Today is just a really short, fun video where I'm going to talk about 5 pieces of drum gear. Not really important pieces of drum gear, but just like little features and things. There's hacks, there's like little tiny things, features of gear that I have that I really love, and some stuff that I just want to share with you about my gear and what I found really works well for me. So let's dive right in. First piece of gear I want to talk about tonight is not your typical drum multi-tool thing, because many years ago I was given one of these, and it is a collector's item. These go for, gosh, I don't know, I'll have to look what these go for on Reverb, but this is a Ludwig Sta-Set tool. And what it is obviously you've got a drum key on this end. This is a hex bolt wrench that used to fit the nuts and bolts on a Ludwig kit, especially the modular series. This actually adjusted the tom arms and their angles. Over here we have a flathead screwdriver. Back in the day when flathead screws were used to secure the snare twine in the butt plate, that was really important. And then of course on this end, this is a little flange that fits around wing nuts. And so if your wing nut is too tight, and it even works with big modern ones, you can kind of work it around there and tighten or loosen. It works really, really well on these Gibraltar style wing nuts. Right here, it really fits in there, and it can really help loosen them if they're over tightened. Of course, you've got the 2 drumsticks trick and like that. So there's a lot of more modern multi-tools on the market. Pearl makes a fantastic one, which is like a Swiss Army knife. And of course, down here in my stick bag, I have a Gerber multi-tool, which does all the real work, you know, pliers for those really hard to unstick wing nuts. It's even got a clipper in there so my guitarist can trim his guitar strings when he changes strings, and it's got knives and bottle openers and screwdrivers and everything. But even with that, I will not give up, and I will not fail to take my little Ludwig Sta-Set with me everywhere. Far and away, one of my favorite pieces of gear I bought from my drum set is the Gibraltar quick release hi-hat clutch. This thing doesn't screw on at all. It actually just clicks on and off. And so you may have seen me using it on the hi-hat video. That link's right here. And it was how I was able to shoot all those sets of hi-hats in under an hour, because I wasn't screwing this thing on and off. It just lifts on and off, and the setup time is really, really fantastic. It also, unlike some of the other hi-hat clutches out there, has a what do you call this? This is not where the bolt screws directly into the rod. This is where you are actually tightening up a collar against the rod, so it's squeezing instead of poking into. When you have the poking into, it'll strip out. This won't strip out because it's pulling against the rod. My number 3 favorite thing that I've bought for my drum set is this. It's this hoop clamp cymbal holder for my ride cymbal. Pearl makes this one. There's a couple of others. I think DW has one too. I like Pearl's because number 1, it was cheaper. And number 2, just the mechanics of it seemed a little bit more in line with what I was looking for. You notice it has an extendable top part, and then it has the gearless tilter. More on that in a second. This thing is able to swivel left and right. It does have a memory lock right there. This thing has held my K-Custom and my 22-inch Omni, and I bashed the heck out of those things. So it does a great job, and it hasn't hurt the hoop on either of my bass drums yet. Another thing I absolutely love about my Ludwig cymbal stands, as well as that pearl cymbal arm on the bass drum, is these gearless tilters. These things are really the heat because they adjust exactly to an angle. There's no gears like on these old style ones where it's like and maybe you get close and maybe you don't. These things put it exactly where you want it. So I really recommend, if you're buying a new cymbal stand, get one with one of these gearless. Go ahead and spend the money. These are Ludwig Atlas standards, which are actually really inexpensive. They're the same price as a lot of other mid-price stands, but they come with this, which is a top-of-the-line feature as far as I'm concerned. If you have S hoops on your snare like me, you can use a multi-clamp and a gooseneck to fly a mic over your snare. I've used this a bunch of times and it's been a lifesaver. Another great use for this is to clamp the gooseneck to a bass drum leg, and that allows you to position a bass drum microphone right inside the porthole. Just put it right where you need it. Another great way to use this trick. Cool. I hope you enjoyed that little video. Maybe you've got a piece of gear that you really like, or something about a piece of gear that you really love and think is innovative. What is it? Share it in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and enable your notifications. I'll see you next time on Al's Drum Hang.